Hey guys, I hope people are there. No. Hi Tanya. Hi Star Guitar. Devansh Karani. What's up? What's up? What's up? Tiring day. Let's wrap this up. I made sure that I put on the slow mode this time, so I think I'll be able to do better than yesterday instead of just acting like a doofus on screen. Hi, hey guys, you guys are too sweet. Just let's get to the point, guys. All right, yes, very crucial question. Someone already started. Umang, can we attempt extra questions in tomorrow's paper? You definitely should not attempt an extra question. It is not recommended. It shows lack of confidence, and the examiner does not appreciate it. So, no extra questions, guys. That's it. Like, no questions. In the end, what does Shylock lose overall? So, okay, I'm gonna explain this for once and for all because a lot of people have this doubt. See, this is what happened. Once Portia enacted the laws of Venice, as in she told Shylock about the laws of Venice, one half of Shylock's property goes to the privy coffer of the state, which is Venice, and the other half goes to Antonio. Now, the Duke and his life would be in the Duke's hand. So the Duke starts showing mercy, and that could be the answer to what mercy does the Duke show. A, he pardons Shylock's life. B, he tells Shylock that the half that's coming to the privy coffer, I'll reduce it to a small fine. Instead of taking the whole half, I'll take a small fine from that, provided you are humble. And Shylock says, of course, then Shylock argues, and then Portia tells Antonio to show some mercy. Now, Antonio says that if the Duke is okay letting go of that small fine, then that works out fine for everybody because that way, Shylock can have the whole half, which was going to the privy coffer. So Shylock gets to have his one half of the goods, provided the other half goes into uses in a trust, in a legal document that would be given to Jessica and Lorenzo upon his death. But there's a condition to this mercy of Antonio's. The condition is Antonio has to turn into, Shylock has to turn into a Christian, and Shylock has to sign a new bond which says that upon his death, everything that he possesses will be passed down to Jessica and Lorenzo. That is the whole division of property. All right, now give me 1 second. Slow mode, but I missed out because I was talking so much. Hold on 1 second. Huh? Sir, in the end, what does Shylock lose overall? Ye ho gaya. Should answers be elaborate or to the point? Good question, Dheer. Questions will be direct in tomorrow's paper. Okay, if you guys have been reading question papers of different schools and prelim papers and different guides and workbooks and stuff, you'll see all the questions are a bit complicated. That's not how board papers are. Board papers are super direct, super easy. In fact, sometimes it's so simple that you are expecting it to be overcomplicated, but it's not. So your answers also have to be direct. All right, do not go by the length of your answer. If you feel that sir मेरा 2 मार्क का आंसर एक लाइन में खत्म हो गया, मेरा 3 मार्क का आंसर भी एक लाइन में खत्म हो गया, that's fine, because तेरे 3 मार्क के आंसर में 3 keywords होंगे कभी ना कभी, और वो 3 keywords is all that matters. Key words, not even your grammatical errors. All right, so I'm not saying make grammatical errors, but don't stress over it. If you are unable to frame the question properly, you can't think of anything, but you know the words, just end up putting the words. This is for people with bad English. I don't think anyone over here has horrible English. So focus on keywords, keep the answers precise to the point, and as far as like, this is just my advice, as far as possible, underline the keywords. So you're telling the examiner, okay, here, look, this is my answer. So the examiner focuses only on the answer. Also, spelling errors ka marks katega bhai. Keywords mein agar spelling wrong hai, you'll end up losing marks. So make sure you write the correct spellings for everything. All right, hold on. Who's Tubal and Trojan women? Who is Tubal? You don't know? Yash Kedari. देख, ये आंसर्स में नहीं करूंगा बेटा. This means you haven't studied. पढ़ाई कर ले थोड़ा. All right, and can we attempt more? Also, by the way, Tubal और Trojan women वाला आंसर Act 3 में, तेरे को नहीं आएगा ये कल के एग्जाम में. Can we attempt more questions? वो बोल दिया. How does Portia react to Bassanio's presence? Depends on the context, Jesslyn. I don't know what you're asking, beta. Give me the RTC and I'll tell you. Can you put up MOV part 3 videos? Not possible, beta. A lot of editing required. I went through all my Zoom records, couldn't find a lot of things. I'll have to hunt for it in my other hard drive, which is the only reason I haven't uploaded the pending videos of Act 4. Is Act 4 or Act 5 important according to me? Guys, it's 10 p.m. Tomorrow morning, you're writing the paper. At this point, everything is important. I am not going to sit here and predict कि Act 5 ही आएगा या Act 4 ही आएगा या एक Act 4 एक Act 5 आएगा. Nothing can be predicted, यार. You should have done it. अगर नहीं किया, पूरी रात तेरे में जागने की ताकत है, then stick around and finish both the acts. Don't leave any one act thoda done and thoda less done. Both should be equal. Is it important to write lengthy answers? I just said no. Do we have to learn anything outside the textbook? No. You have to read about the author and about the poet, though. That's at the start of the textbook. That's very important. All right. Now, look, I'll tell you a simple funda over here, guys. I know a lot of prelim papers had a lot of atrangi questions and a lot of weird things. But see, this paper is going to be written by kids all over the country. There are a lot of kids who don't go for tuition classes. There are a lot of people who don't go for coaching centers or coaching classes, don't go. Some school teachers taught online. A lot of teachers missed a lot of lectures. A lot of kids have suffered overall, all right? But at the end of it, you have that thing, that thin thing that you call a textbook. That is all that's going to matter in tomorrow's exam. No guides, no workbooks, only the textbook. Read the story, read the poem, read about the story, about the poet, about the author very carefully. That's all. They are not going to ask you between the lines wala questions. It's going to be very direct questions, all right? So don't stress over it. Who is Abu Ben Adam? If they ask you, what should you answer? He's an Islamic saint. He's a Sufi saint. He was, and if, like I said, now see, I know this, but if it's not given anywhere in that textbook, then all you end up writing is that he was a person who devoted his life in service of other humans. Spiritual leader. In Act 5, names of lovers discussed is important. Yes. All allusions, all footnotes are super duper important. Should we write pistol exploded or pistol fired? Pistol exploded. See, that's what I mean by keywords. Pistol exploded is keyword. One half of your goods will be in use. He lets me have the other half in use. In use are keywords. Instead of writing in a trust, you'll end up writing in use. What are cherubins? Cherubins are angels who are closest to God. They sing to God. They sing songs to God. So that entire line has been explained in my video in Act 5. It's already on this channel. Just go through it. 2x पे play कर ले, तेरे को मेरा आवाज tolerate करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Can we leave a line after every part of the question? All right, here's the thing, right? So when you present your paper tomorrow, please don't write lengthy paragraphs. I'm again saying this. It's not appreciated. All right. All that you used to do in grade 7, grade 8, and maybe some schools encourage it, but boards does not encourage it. Your answers should be so precise and to the point that I should be able to see it. I shouldn't have to read a lot of other crap along with the answer. So my advice is that if you see 2 sub questions, begin the sub question on the next line. Don't leave a line, but begin it on a new line. So I know that the next line I'm reading is a new sub question. All right. Am I yelling? I'm so sorry. If listen, I don't understand how loud my voice can get. All right. So please forgive me. The wolf ate the lamb and the mother was crying. Uska main kya karu, Saket? Random messages mat bhej beta. Full ek cheese bhej. What does the poet mean by the line? Now it's a strange one, but here's what happened. He's saying that what I'm about to narrate to you will sound unbelievable, but this is what happened because I was there. I witnessed it myself. So whatever I'm about to tell you, which is on the next page, is absolutely true. It will sound strange, but this is exactly what happened. Can you explain Graciano talking about godfathers? Graciano says that when Sherlock, because he's being forced to convert into Christianity, the tradition is that he'll be given 2 godfathers. It's a Christian tradition. He's baptized. And these godfathers ensure that he turns out to be a good human being. Now, that is when he's converted into Christianity. But Graciano being Graciano puns on it, all right? He says that if I had been the judge, I would have given you 10 more. So 10 more is 2 plus 10, which also, by the way, was in one of the MCQs. How many godfathers does Graciano want? It's not 10, it's not 2, it's 12, because 10 more plus 2 equals to 12. In all, he wants 12 godfathers for Sherlock, because he's not talking about baptism. He's talking about the godfathers, the jury members. In those days, the jury, a panel of people who decide whether a person should die or live. He says these 12 members would have made sure that you go to the gallows. Gallows is to get hanged, and not to the font. Font is that bowl of holy water in which babies are dipped or water is put on you to baptize you. So he says you would have gone to the gallows and not to the font had I been the judge. And that is the godfather. It's a pun. In Act 4, the wolf ate the baby. Or Are yaar, cartoon. The Umang, sorry, but the wolf ate the young one, beta. Antonio is saying that you can do one of these 3 things. You can stand upon the beach and you can yell at the tides to reduce its height, or you can scold the wolf for making the ewe cry. Ewe is a mother sheep. Why? For eating the young one. So the wolf ate the young one of the mother sheep, so the mother sheep is crying. All right, the sheep is alive. Our character sketch is important. It's advisable, not important. You can come up with your own character sketch. Don't worry about it. Portia is disguised as Balthazar or Bellario. यार आदित्य चतुर्वेदी तू चतुर नहीं है क्या कर रहा है यार? She's dressed up as Balthazar, as in she's not even dressed up as Balthazar. She just takes the moniker Balthazar, the name. She takes up the name Balthazar. She's dressed up as a guy. All right, Bellario is the original lawyer who recommends her to the court of Venice. Portia's mercy speech already है मेरे वीडियो में है बेटा. Will they ask us about the poet or author? I already told you yes. Explain Act 5 ka summary. It's already on my YouTube channel, Dashika. Figures of speech should be learned 100%, not only in poems but also in stories. Like all summer in a day. Simile kahan ka use ho raha hai, personification ka hai, metaphor ka hai. You should know these. The classic figures of speech. Everybody should know this. Whom did Sherlock take an oath on? The Sabbath or the heaven? Different places, different lines, beta. It depends on the context. You should know kaun sa dialogue kahan se aa raha hai. If it wasn't a fake smile with a broken heart sort of a grip either, please explain this. So basically, when you're even in your school sports day, the competition is so stiff between blue house and yellow house. Also, by the way, I'm saying it out loud. The blue house is the best house. Yellow house sucks. All right. But that's beside the point right now. But I'm just saying that let's say blue house and yellow house are competing and your best friend is in the yellow house and he wins. You'll still go and congratulate him. But in your head, you're thinking, Sale kamine tere ko ye jeetna hi nahi chahiye tha. But everybody's looking at you, so you're smiling at the cameras and everything. But you hate this guy. All right. Similarly, Luz was supposed to hate Jesse, but he doesn't hate him because he's truly happy that Jesse won. So his smile wasn't a fake one. His handshake was an authentic one, and he wasn't scared of Hitler giving him grief over this. So Hitler was glaring at him angrily, yet Luzlong didn't care. And that's why we know it's a true friendship. Yes, it's appropriate to address the angel as it. Is the poem 9 Gold Medals an imaginary tale or based upon a true incident? True incident. Please explain the summary of All Summer in a Day. पागल है क्या? पढ़ ले एक बार यार. ये कोई point है summary explain करने का. Sorry guys, I'm not gonna spoon feed you if you're wrong somewhere. Huh? I'm sorry. You can hate on me, but that's not fair. You need to read the stories at this point, guys. All right, Anushka, this is not the time to argue with me. Red House is the best. Come on. All right, anyway, but listen. In All Summer in a Day, how long? Ye question. Controversial, right? Everybody's asking this. In an All Summer in a Day, does the sun come out for 1 hour or 2 hours? Guys, they are not going to ask you this. Both details are mentioned in the story. It is an open controversy. They are going to steer away from it. Don't worry. But sir, what if they ask? Then just write the 2 instances where it's mentioned. So you can say normally the sun comes out for an hour or 2. You can just write that. So you're on the safe side. Can you please tell me why Graciano said justice should be accused? Yeah, justice over here is judicial system. Graciano is like, listen, we all know that Sherlock is the wrong guy over here. Let's just twist the law a bit. Let's go Bollywood. Let's just kill this guy over here. And he's alive only because you're trying to be fair with him. So he's blaming the judicial system for this. Why did the other kids hate Margot? Was she pale and different from other kids? Or she had seen the sun, which the other kids did? Again, there are 2 different answers. So if they ask you why the kids hated Margot, that answer is specifically given on first, second, third, fourth side. On top of the paragraph they've given over there, that's why they hated her for all these reasons of small and big consequence. Wahan pe tere ko wo likhna hai. And if they ask you why did they edge away from Margot, wo wala line third side pe diya, where she didn't play games with them, she didn't run after them, blah 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 blah. That's a different story. All right. Jessica anger was due to Luzlong or Aryan superiority? Again, a nice question. I need to clarify this. Jesse was not angry about the Aryan superiority theory. I'll tell you why. Because starting में दिया हुआ है ना that Hitler childishly insisted that his performers were members of a master race. उसके बाद वाला immediate line is, but I wasn't too worried about all of this. He didn't care about it. What he was pissed about is that Luzlong was kept under wraps. So he knows that if Luzlong wins, it will add some nice support to Aryan superiority theory, which is what pissed him. All right. So he wanted to go out there and perform. Angel is spiritual or superstitious? Why is angels the poem you mean? Because angel is not superstitious. It's spiritual. Could you tell the themes of the poems? All right. The theme of Abu Ben Adam is basically service to mankind, and true devotion towards God means devotion towards humankind. That is Abu Ben Adam. And for 9 gold medals, the theme is true sportsmanship, compassion and care, success through collaboration. Who was Pythagoras? यार जैसलिन तू यार मेरी टेस्ट ले रहा है यार क्या कर रहा है? टेक्स्ट बुक खोल, बाजू में दिया हुआ है बेटा. Why was Special Olympics arranged? My nice question. Special Olympics was arranged to celebrate the specially abled kids and to show that they are no less than normal people. Can you describe the phrase led all the rest? Yeah, his name was at the top of the list. Who is Abu Ben Adam? I already explained how to control panic attacks in the exam by being prepared. Yash, I'm so sorry. There's no shortcut to this answer. I'm sorry I'm saying this. If you're not prepared, you are going to panic. If you are prepared, then just relax. You know everything. And by prepared, I simply mean you should know every line, kaun sa line kidhar aata hai. Utna detail tere ko malum hona chahiye. Did Antonio remit the one half of the state treasury to Shylock as a fine? No. Did he asked the Duke to let it be with him? A characteristic of Abu Ben Adam, spiritual. And mention the video where you explain Mercy's speech. Yes, it's in my Ikshita, it's on my channel, beta. Just go. It says Act 4. It's there already. What does the phrase mercy is about the sceptered sway mean? That mercy is a stronger attribute. The sway scepter over here is that rod, the staff, Loki's scepter. It's the staff that shows the king's power and dread and fear and royalty. Everybody's in awe of the majesty of the king because of the scepter. But a scepter is a sign of temporal power, earthly power. The scepter can be snatched away. The scepter can be lost. The king can die. But mercy, nobody can snatch that quality from the king because it's enthroned in his heart. Hence, mercy is stronger. Sway is power. So mercy is stronger than the scepter's sway, scepter's power, because it is enthroned in the hearts of kings. Can you explain about Orpheus? Yeah. Orpheus was this Greek musician who could move things along with his music. And Ovid wrote about him. So Ovid was a Roman poet. Orpheus was a Greek musician. And Ovid wrote about Orpheus and said that Orpheus could do all of these things. Why? Because he was trying to show the power of music. Can you explain the quality of mercy? It's not strained. It's not forced. The quality of mercy is not strained. It's not forced. It can't be... See, what happens is Portia says, by looking at the bond, that listen, that's it. Antonio admitted to the bond. Shylock's bond is proper. Legally, it's fine. So the only way Antonio can survive right now is if Shylock shows mercy. So Shylock immediately is snarky and he says, why must I show mercy? Who can compel me to show mercy? Who can force me to show mercy? So Portia says, nobody. Nobody can force you because mercy can't be forced. Mercy cannot be strained. Strained is forced. It drops as a gentle rain from the heaven above to the sky, to the place below. It is twice blessed. What? Mercy. How? Because it blesses the person who gives and the person who receives. It is the mightiest in the mightiest. It's the strongest attribute in the strongest person. Strongest person over here is the king. What's the strongest? It becomes a throne monarch, becomes over here suits. It suits a king more than his crown. All right. And it is, and then I explained, it's enthroned in the hearts of the king. And then Portia says, we all beg for mercy, right? Because every night we beg for mercy, and that same prayer should teach us to show mercy. Because if we don't show mercy, then none of us, if all of us keep praying for justice to God, then none of us are ever going to attain salvation. The word salvation over here is heaven. No one will go to heaven because all of us are sinners. And that is why we keep begging God to forgive us. And that forgiveness is mercy. So if we are begging for mercy, we need to render mercy. Am I speaking too fast? I'm so sorry. Hold on. What does the gold, silver, and bronze signify? Nothing. That they are medals. Zyada symbolism mein ghus mat, kuch nahi hai uska. What do the medals signify? They signify that there doesn't have to be just one winner. Everybody can win with an act of kindness. What is the meaning of salvation? Going to heaven. Describe the effect of a great awakening light. It was one of the prelim papers, right? I know what school also because I have got kids of the same school. So apparently the teacher of that school said great awakening light ka effect over here is to show that the angel came with such brightness that Abu woke up. Yeah, as dull as the answer sounds, tension mat. This is the answer. The effect that they are trying to create with these words is the angel had its own shine and aura and radiance. You can throw in these words. So aura, radiance, and brightness. So Abu woke up because of that brightness. Reference to the lines in the books is necessary in the answers. See, if you do it, that shows that you know the lines. If you ratta marify the lines and you write it as is, it impresses the examiner. Is there a word limit for each question? We can keep the length as per our wish. The length doesn't matter. Points matter. So I advise this to everybody. Don't go on the length of the answer. Just focus on the number of points which are required. So if you feel that you have answered every single point of a question, then you're sorted. Then you don't need to worry about anything. Now that could be in one line, that could be in 6 lines, that could be in 10 lines. Doesn't matter. What's Lorenzo's opinion about music? Do we have to write about wanton herds? Nope. Again, it depends on the RTC because he gives two opinions of the music, right? So first he talks about music when the orbs are moving. Then he gives talks about how music changes people. But if there's no specific RTC, I would go with the second part about how music has the power to change people or animals. Sir, I asked if asked about the logo hole, no, loophole in the bond. Yes, you have to mention both the conditions. So Bassanio offered twice the sum and Porsche offers thrice the sum. Is it correct? It's actually Bassanio offered twice for us on the audience, and but when Porsche says there's thrice the sum offered to you, see these words, no, they are just flung around like twice, thrice, 9 times. It's just dramatic. They asked you in the RT in the MCQs in the prelim papers to make it tough, but such questions won't come in the boards. All right, but if they do ask, then 9,000 was the answer for that particular RTC MCQ. Can we skip any chapter? Kind of late to ask this, no? And what was special? Why was Special Olympics called special? Two reasons. A literal reason is it was for specially abled people, and the symbolic meaning of this is it was the event became special because of the gesture of the kids of the other 8 participants. What's the climax of the story? The climax was that she got out. Yeah, I know that MCQ. It's she got out. Is it okay to prepare one story and one poem perfectly and other just for MCQs? Yes, for poetry and story, yes. For acts, you have to do all acts. Now, this is, I'm done saying this, all right? So, will there be choice of questions in prose as well as poem? Yes, yes. Prose and poetry, definitely choice आएगा. MCQ, सिर्फ ये Merchant of Venice is a headache, guys. वो नहीं मालूम है कौन सा artist, कौन सा आ सकता है. It could be both from one act, it could be one act, one act. पता नहीं है. What is tainted weather of the flock? Tainted weather is a diseased ram of the animal. So Antonio feels that he's fit for death. Simple reasons being he's melancholic. He's given up. He doesn't think his ships are going to return. He doesn't want to grow old in poverty. So he's given up hope. He's already melancholic by nature. Plus, he feels his only duty in life was to pay Bassanio's debt, and he has done that. So he feels satisfied. So he's ready to die. What do we learn from the story, My Greatest Olympic Prize? The last paragraph is your answer. Why was the angel's book special? Because it was a medium of communication between the angel and God. It had the names of people who loved the Lord. So obviously the book is significant. Abu spoke more low but cheerily still. These words didn't depict what about Abu? Disheartened or not disheartened? Of course, disheartened. He's disheartened, but he's still optimistic. Cheerily over here means optimistic. He's positive. He thinks of an idea in his head. Did William disturb Margot or the children? Bully, you mean? Because he bullied Margot. What's lingering penance? Prolonged suffering. Why was the angel's book special? Ye ho gaya. Who offers Sherlock 3 times the bond? Ye ho gaya. Comic effect of Act 5. You have to mention all the comical parts, especially the ring wala nok joke that happens. What are the smallest orbs offering and to whom? Music? Adrija, where are you getting this from? The smallest orbs tell you that when they are moving, they are playing a music that's called the grand harmony of the universe, and that music is so heavenly that it's as beautiful as the sound of the songs, the choirs that the angels sing for God. But we can't. Our souls can hear that sound, but we can't because our body is trapped in this muddy vesture of decay. Our soul is trapped in this muddy vesture of decay. Clarify Media and Asen's allusion. So Media is obviously Jason's lover, but she risked her life and gathered magical herbs for her father-in-law. Clearly, she doesn't love her father-in-law. She did it because she loves Jason. So Jessica was just trying to explain how she risked her life in order to get those herbs to renew Asen's youth. It's not King's stick /man gaming. That sounds so vulgar. Yeah, King ka stick explain कर. अबे वो बेटा वो staff मैंने अभी explain किया. Scroll back कर video को पीछू ले तेरे को मिल जाएगा ये part. Why did Abu ask the angel if his name was included? Because he thought that everyone loves God. He also assumed that the first instinct we all love God. Why may Abu's tribe increase? So that there are more people in the world like him who spend their lives in service of other people, who are compassionate. Antipode allusion. Yes, that's very interesting. See, antipodes are two ends on earth which are opposite, all right, opposite to each other. So when Bassanio enters a scene, it's night at that moment when he enters, so it's dark. He says, but we as in the people present over there, people in England, we can whole days compete. We can compete with the antipodes. Antipodes, matlab the opposite ends of earth. In absence of sun, matlab if they have the sun, we can still compete with them in terms of brightness, because who needs the sun when we've got Portia? So Portia's radiance is such that nobody needs the sun. We can hold competition with the antipodes any day, which makes Portia say, oh, let me give light, but let me not be light. So let me give radiance, but let me not be unfaithful. All right. So the light, the second time Portia says, is unfaithful. Explain about the deed. समझा नहीं मेरे को. It was a compliment to Portia. हो गया वो. Who are stout people for mana? In this reference, in the textbook, the stout people would be Lorenzo, Jessica, and Antonio. And if they just ask you mana, then you'll explain the reference. Significance of 24 carat friendship. You first have to dissect the word carat. So explain about carat. Carat is a measure of purity. All right. And significance is pure friendship. So he felt the purest form of friendship had been formed between him and Luslong. Antonio and Sherlock wala cheese मैंने already समझा दिया guys. You'll just have to scroll back. Not on thy soul, but on thy soul. Yes. So basically, they look at Shylock and he's busy sharpening his knife against the sole of his shoes. All right. So this guy is like, what are you doing? He says, I'm sharpening my knife, whetting my knife to cut that forfeiture. And he says, look, in order to sharpen something, you need a sharp object. He says, if you want to sharpen your knife against a sharp object, not that the sole of a shoe is sharp, but it's got friction. So he says, if you want to sharpen your knife against a sharp object, do it against your soul, S-O-U-L, not against your soul, because your soul, S-O-U-L, is full of envy. And that envy is so sharp, it's sharper than the blade that the executioner uses. So nothing can be sharper than your sharp envy. It's a stupid taunt. Can you explain the Troy story and the media story? Na, पढ़ ले बेटा, allusion दिया हुआ, it's very easy यार, वरना मेरा videos देख. Stratagems are conspiracies, plans to kill other people. And Antonio gave the half of Shylock's property to Shylock for his business. Ho gaya. If asked for MCQ, how did Apu speak to the angel? Humility. Who is Der Führer? Hitler. 3 बार क्यों पूछ रहा है? एक बार मैं बोलूंगा Hitler. फिर which of these rationalists suggests the spirit of wolf has taken over Shylock? A wolf hanged for human slaughter, or the souls of animals infused? You're reading the question wrong. वो MCQ में दिया था, what did Pythagoras believe in? So he believed in animal souls infusing with humans. Nothing about Shylock and the wolf. What made Abu Ben Adam bold? Excessive peace. Stick to the literal thing. Can you repeat act of mercy? No, I just explained it, Charvi. You can see this recording. It's going to be posted soon. Is it important to write answers in bookish language? Yes, keywords. All right, guys, I think it's good, first of all, that I put on that slow mode. Now I can see all questions are repetitive. You guys can actually just scroll up and see. I've answered all questions. 2 pairs of lovers Jessica and Lorenzo talked about. That's a direct thing. I got excited because there was a question in one of the prelims. How are Jessica and Lorenzo similar to Bassanio and Portia? Very weird question. I don't think they'll ask this, but if they do, the points of similarity between the two couples, that both of these couples had to undergo trials and tribulations in order to be together. Like both their fathers played some sort of a hurdle in their lives. Second, both the men were somehow financially not as sorted as the women were. And third, both at some point have been the Lord and Lady of Belmont. Presentation tips is just this, but I already explained. You can just go up. So did the... Ho gaya. Stefano know where Portia has to... Okay. Did Stefano know? See, in those days, the servants were so loyal that they would not ask many questions. So Stefano simply was a messenger. He just took a message from Portia because we know there's no hermit. The hermit was just created by Portia. So whether he knows or not, we don't know and we don't care. Even if he knew, he would never open his mouth. But if I had to guess, he didn't know, but he knew something was fishy, but he didn't say anything. Why is Hitler referred to as Der Führer? That's the name they called him in German. All right, the ruler. I hope I'm right. This is the internet. Damn it. Now people will troll me. Listen, my GK sucks. I'm admitting it. It will fall to cureless ruin. Yeah. As in your brain will be ruined forever. Your wit is your brain. 3 differences between life on Venus and life on Earth. Dude, don't ask me direct questions. Please just go through the textbook. Okay, I think everything's sorted, guys. Life मस्त है. एक और बार just random points बोल दे रहा हूँ वापस से. कल का पेपर attempt in order. Do the MCQs. Attempt in order. एक और बार बोल रहा हूँ. Do not change the question order. Attempt the paper in order. Make sure that you think of the question correctly. I'll tell you openly right now. There's a question I messed up so much right now. I hate being wrong, but over here I messed up thrice. I'll read out the question for you. Yeah, the question was, who are the lovers from classical literature mentioned by Jessica? Now, see what happened is, I kept focusing on the words classical literature. I did not read the question properly by Jessica. So I kept thinking classical literature wale kaun hai? Classical literature wale kaun hai? So I just kept thinking about that. And I thought Dido and Aeneas, because it's Virgil said it in Aeneid, is that the one? But the other one is not there. I created this unnecessary complication in my head without actually reading the question correctly. And I made a big goof up over here, because I kept suggesting the wrong answers. First, I said Troilus and Cressida, Dido and Aeneas. And then, but Troilus and Cressida was by Lorenzo. So the question wasn't about classical literature. It was about what lovers were mentioned by whom. All right. So then I immediately, in my rush, I ended up saying Thisbe and Pyramus and Medea and Aeson, which is again incorrect, because Medea and Aeson were not lovers. Medea and Jason were lovers. My point being, I'm an adult. In my defense, I didn't study for the exam, right? It's your exam. So obviously I didn't study. But that's not an excuse. I'm a teacher. I should be knowing things. My problem is that I rushed into it. I was hyper. I was anxious. I've been solving doubts all over. My mind is all over the place. Same thing's going to happen with you tomorrow. Because you guys are scatterbrained right now. You guys are looking at all possible questions. You're there. You're trying to get that answer. Internet pe kya mil raha hai, ye kya mil raha hai? Calm down. Calm down. Take a deep breath. You only need the textbook. That's it. Breathe. Read the question correctly. सारे words पढ़. फिर एक और बार पढ़. Question को समझ. Once you are done understanding, then you choose that answer that you're opting for. Think 10 times before you answer, guys. MCQs mein marks lose nahi hona chahiye kal. All right. Then comes that choice between prose and poetry. Now, I would say, even if you made up your mind that you're going with one particular story or one particular poem, first read both the RTCs properly of both stories or both poems. See which answers come straight to your head. Like you should be able to calculate the marks. That, okay, 2 marks. I know these are the points. There are 4 points. Okay, I can write the 6 points. I can do that also. So you've got all the points. Then go with those questions. Do not go with questions with symbolic references or personal response questions, although they give full marks for personal response if you write the correct justification. But go with questions which are factual, application based, that you know the answer to. Then move to MOV. Again, breathe, then select. All right. I'm praying that you get that option of Act 4 and Act 5. Ideally, you should get that one option, either from Act 4 or Act 5. But let's assume worst case scenario kuch ho gaya, to tension mat lena. Tu prepared hai. Just do well. Just breathe and attempt the paper. Attempt the paper in order. Make sure that the presentation is clear. Don't write lengthy paragraphs. Be straight to the point. Give the answers to the point. Underline keywords. All right. Don't think of the length of the answer. If you feel that I think I can add more points to this, add more points to this. Remember the technical details I spoke about earlier in this video. I'll again remind you that one thing that is amazing, the one that greatest Olympic prize mein tha, Aryan superiority theory did not matter to Jesse Owens, because he says I wasn't worried about it. So you can't say that he was bothered about that. See, now these technical details matter. So make sure that you know the sequence of dialogues properly. Whew! I think I said everything that I had to. I think I'm sorted, guys. सर ग्वालानी के नोट्स अच्छे हैं क्या? या मैन, शी इज अ लेजेंड यार. अभी इतने सालों से शी इज बिन देयर, सो ऑब्वियसली हर टीचर के नोट्स लेजेंड्स है यार. बट अभी क्या तुम नोट्स पढ़ के क्या करोगे लाइफ में यार? जस्ट कीप मेकिंग श्योर दैट यू रीड द टेक्स्ट बुक. और तो या लिसन, लास्ट थिंग बिफोर आई साइन ऑफ. द एंजल is the lily in the bloom. It is not the room or the moonlight or whatever. The moonlight has been compared to the lily. No, it's not. All right, and I'll prove it to you. There's no argument over here. I'm gonna need the textbook for this to just read out something for you, so you guys understand the technicalities of English. Just give me 1 second. एक minute. Here's a line. It says, he, Abu bin Adam, awoke one night. He woke up one night from a deep dream of peace. Isko side mein rakh. By the way, peace wala question aayega. All right. What does peace signify over here? वो बाद में देखेंगे. एक minute. He awoke one night from deep dream of peace and saw. अब ये saw पे ना 2 second question mark डाल दे वहां पे. What did he see? He saw within the moonlight. He's not seeing the moonlight. He saw within the moonlight. He saw within the light in the room, making it rich. The word it over here is the room, making the room rich. The moonlight was making the room rich. All right. And yeah, that's my word. Focus on the word and. The sentence breaks over here. So he woke up, he saw within the moonlight in his room, making the room rich, and like a lily in the bloom, he saw an angel writing in the book of gold. So the word and separates it. If and hadn't been there, then I would say lily in bloom refers to the moon. But your lily in bloom refers to the angel. Even if it's asked in certain prelim papers, if it's the moon, it's not. The angel in the bloom, or sorry, lily in the bloom is the angel, not the moonlight. All right, please don't mess up, guys. Oh. Also about the peace. By the way, if they ask you what's the significance of the word peace or the significance of the book of gold, so peace basically shows that he's a man without any malice. He's a man who has no guilty conscience. He's a man who's sleeping peacefully because he's righteous, he's pious, and also he's dreaming of peace because he wants the world to be a better place. He wants peace among mankind. So he'll write both aspects. A, why he's peaceful, and B, why is he dreaming of peace for other people. Can we write in Shakespeare's words or can we write in English? Look, basically in Merchant of Venice, keywords equal to nouns, adjectives. But baki ka jo fillers hai, that's yours. Pronouns are yours. You will not write thou, thee, thy. But everything else is your keywords, the nouns. Darsh, thank you so much, yaar. Guys, I think I've done everything. Trust me, मैंने सब बोल दिया. Now relax. सो जा या फिर एक और बार वापस से सब कुछ पढ़, वो तेरे ऊपर है. नहीं हुई है पढ़ाई तो कर ले. Like I said, when you close your eyes, you should know every single line in sequence. I'm very finicky about hard work, guys. You put in your hard work, then you do whatever you want. And listen, those who have not worked until now, they knew what the risk was. तुम्हें पता था अब तक नहीं पढ़ने का अंजाम क्या है. So you'll have to stay up all night and you'll have to read again. But please stop avoiding the textbook. Textbook thoroughly पढ़, वही तेरे को कल help होने वाला है. Trust me. All right. So I think I'm done. I love you guys. You'll do well. सो जाओ. If you feel saturated, if you're feeling sir I've had it enough, सो जा. 3 बजे वापस से उठ. शायद एक एंजल दिख जाए तेरे को रूम में. But otherwise तू sorted है लाइफ में. All right. Good night. Take care. Love you guys. जाओ ना. जा रहा हूं. मैं जा रहा हूं. Sorry, this is me trying to read. Once again, why did the angel leave? The angel left because he already made one request. Then the angel left to fulfill that request and he comes back again. All right, that's the only thing. Yes, prayers needed, guys. Everybody is praying. Whether you're an atheist or not, just pray, guys. That's going to help you. All right. Ubaid bola, wait. Bol, jaldi bol. Ubaid, jaldi bol. Tere liye ruka hu. Jaldi bol. All right. Also, Soham. Abu was bold and brave or a humanitarian? Humanitarian. See, if you guys get similar questions like this, right? Now your argument is, but wo bold and brave bhi to tha. But humanitarian is the more apt answer. Go with the most appropriate answer, guys. Workbooks pe mat jaye yaar. Deep dream of peace is a peaceful dream. Deep meditative state. हाँ वो एक लाइन है बेटा, वो ऐड कर ले, पर उसके अलावा तुझे और भी लिखना पड़ेगा. Young men and women are athletes. Yes, they are athletes, beta. Okay, themes, Monica. Yes, you have to read themes, beta. If Aryan superiority theory did not matter for Jesse Owens, and what matters for Jesse Owens? Part chilla ke kyun baat kar raha hai, yaar? What matters is that he wants to win. He wants to prove Hitler wrong. He wants to best his own record. And he wanted to show the Führer who's superior, who's not, because he's a Negro, he has a point to prove. But he didn't let it bother him, is all I'm saying. Anonymous, love you, sir. I love you, yaar. I love all of you, yaar. Ja raha hu main, yaar. Guys, good night. Take care. I again have to sit with my batches. खाना खाने का है. Late हो रहा है. तुम लोग सो जाओ भाई जल्दी से. All right? I love you guys. Take care. Chalo. Do well. Bye. Pray. I don't know why I keep doing this. I don't know why. What is this? I think it just comes ऐसे. Chalo, love you. Thank you for whoever showed me the whole slow mode thing. At least now I'm able to have a proper conversation with you guys. I know that YouTube live sessions are not meant for doubts properly. I should have held a Discord session. I learned this fancy term today, or a Zoom session, but there's so many of you. I can't do it for everyone. But tomorrow onwards, you won't leave me, or you won't need me. I know you guys will leave me and go away. But jitna apna tha bond, it was amazing. So I love you guys. Take care. I hope you do well in life. Jai Shri Ram. Yes, yes, sure. Jai Shri Ram. Every god, तेरे को जिसका भी नाम लेने का भाई सारे भगवान का नाम ले ले. सब सही है. All right. जाओ मैं. Good night. Take care. I love you guys. Keep praying. I'm gonna keep praying. All right. This time I'm finally ending. All right. This is my sign off. Okay.